Hey everybody, I've got about 11 minutes here to kill, so I'm going to talk about last night's Raw and Vengeance. First of all, I want to talk a little WWE here as well. Word going around with the WWE Network, in case you don't know, is WWE Network will be airing in 2012, I believe, from what I've heard, all their secondary pay-per-views. So in other words, Elimination Chamber, Extreme Rules, Over the Limit, Capital Punishment, Money in the Bank, United Champions, Hell in a Cell, Vengeance, and TLC will all be broadcasted on the WWE Network. Now, as far as WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series go, they will still be pay-per-viewed. So in other words, instead of paying constantly about $45 a month, with the exception of WrestleMania, which is about $55 or $65 depending on what kind of television you have, you'll basically be saving a lot more money by just paying for the four big ones, if you will. So that's the news coming out of there, as well as the news of a lot of these shows being named by the fans so far. I think about 4 have been named according to WWE. Now, as far as Vengeance goes, I will say it was a good pay-per-view. I mean, I didn't see it live. I didn't order it. You know, one, because I had my nephews over, and second of all, I have the plan in motion to save the money I have so I can watch Survivor Series in November. Now, again, as far as Vengeance goes, I have to say it was okay. It was a good pay-per-view from what I understand. And it kind of really helped build towards Survivor Series in many ways. When you think about it, Kevin Nash, Triple H, that's being built to Survivor Series, no doubt about it. John Cena, Miz, and R-Truth, as we know from last night's Raw, has been built to Survivor Series. CM Punk, well, he's going into a program Del Rio now. So, Big Show and Mark Henry had their feud continue because, from what we saw on Vengeance, they basically caused the ring to collapse. Basically did a rehashing of Lesnar and Show, but this time it was Henry and Show. And the difference was, I want you to think about the difference here, Mark Henry weighs a lot more than Brock Lesnar does, so there was a little bit more impact, whether the ring was set up to be that way or not. But overall, I thought it was okay. The Divas match, from what I saw, was probably one of the better Diva matches. I really agree on that. It looks like they're trying to basically get the storyline over. The storyline basically to me with the Divas is that Beth and Natalya, storyline wise is, they are a bit jealous, but what they're trying to do, we heard it with Beth on commentary last night on Raw. Basically, their main goal is to get the Divas to stop worrying about the looks, about the makeup, about whether something's going to make them rinse in pain and cry and all that. To get them to stop worrying about that and focus more on what needs to be done in the ring, and that's competition. And basically by doing that, by focusing more on the competition instead of the looks, they can bring respect back to the Divas division. We heard that last night out of Beth, so apparently that's where we're going with this. And I guess storyline-wise, Eve and Kelly and Alicia are all trying to prove, hey, we are about competition. Yeah, we may be about looks too, but we're about competition as well. So it's going to be interesting to see where they go with that. I'm thinking that's going to lead to maybe a championship scramble between the Divas, or maybe a Diva Survivor Series match. I don't really know. Now, as far as last night goes on Raw, a lot of people felt it was kind of a drop, for Raw for a while. It was probably not one of the best post pay-per-view Raws, they've had. Basically, the news coming out of that is we got Rock and John Cena made for Survivor Series against Miz and R-Truth. Right now, we don't know if it's just going to be a tag team main event or if we're going to have 6 more additional guys. I mean, the PWI Torch basically reports two different stories. So we don't really know just yet whether it's going to be a tag team match or just a traditional Survivor Series match. I mean, if it's the 25th anniversary, I think they may want to go with the Survivor Series idea, but we're not really sure yet. Now, Triple H and his situation with Kevin Nash was taken to another level. Nash, storyline-wise, hospitalized. Triple H with some injuries, maybe a possible neck injury, maybe a possible broken neck going to storyline. But that looks like it may be leading towards a match at Survivor Series, whether people like to admit it or not. And as far as Del Rio and CM Punk goes, that looks like we're either going to get a WWE title match out of those two at Survivor Series, or we may get the Survivor Series match out of them. So in other words, if we don't get Rock and Cena captaining a team against Miz and R-Truth, who would captain a team, then the Survivor Series idea apparently is going to be going towards Punk and Del Rio. That's the way I look at it. So overall, you know, I have to say that, you know, Raw was okay to me. You know, I thought it was alright, but to me, they're just building towards Survivor Series. That's why maybe it fell flat to everybody. They're focusing more on the Survivor Series than they were last night. So we'll just have to see what happens. And as far as Michael Cole and Jim Ross go, I don't think Jim Ross is going to show up in Atlanta. If he does, you know, then maybe he will beat Michael Cole. I don't know. But I think, and I hate to say this, I think it's leading towards a Ross-Cole match at Survivor Series. Street fight or something like that, I don't know. But that's what I think it's leading towards. I don't want to say it, but it looks like it's heading that way. So, really, again, Raw was okay to me. Like I said, I know it fell flat in the eyes of many, but it's because they're mainly trying to build and focus towards Survivor Series, and I think that's why it made it fell flat. So, that's all I'm going to say on Vengeance and WWE Raw last night, as well as some WWE news when it comes to the WWE Network. Comment down below, tell me what you guys think, do a video response if you want, and I will talk to you all later.